on my life, I'm not saying this in jest. It feels like I'm going to have a heart attack watching this Manchester United team. Seriously, it's just unbelievable. That game, we were relegation fodder until Bruno Fernandes bagged a set piece, and it felt like that was the only way that we were going to get back into the game. Bruno doing something. It's exactly what happened. The players went, oh, all of a sudden we can play football. A great equaliser from Ugarte. United putting the pressure on. The changes from Amorim making a big difference. Garnacho, Højlund going off. Casemiro going off. We were crap for so long, then we were all over them for 25 minutes, and then the penalty at the end that wasn't. That's what you get for being overdramatic. That was me. That was my face for the majority of that game. I was hood up. I was sitting there watching this United team going, it's just relegation fodder. That's how we're playing football here. And I'm so utterly exhausted of watching a United team and just looking at the opposition going, well, they're more up for it. First to every second ball, every duel contested. And that's what it was watching United. But on this channel, I don't know why I've had to do it. I really don't. It's always perplexed me how United fans have gone after Bruno Fernandes. Oh, if you get rid of him, we'll be a blah, 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 blah. This man is such a chief creator that I'm desperate at this point for United to go out this summer and spend big on a central midfielder so Bruno can stay towards the opposition's goal. Because you know what? We were better when he dropped deeper. We were better when he was on the free kick. We were better when he was creating going forward. And we were better when we need 2 Bruno Fernandes in this team. Well, we need 11, actually, really. He dragged that team up. And you know what pisses me off, really? All that it needed was a goal. And the players went, oh, we can play football. This United team needs something to happen in games for them to wake up. And that's what that goal from Bruno Fernandes was. And that second half performance from him, it was an inspired performance from him. It wasn't enough, but we drew 2-2, so ultimately it's not really going to count for too much. And by the way, that goal from Ugarte, his first for United, an absolute beezer. But I'm watching that team, right? And I'm seeing the changes it was one change from the Spurs game. And it just went, Rio Ferdinand at one point was saying it was embarrassing. And it wasn't, I mean, you can use the word embarrassing, you can use that superlative if you want. I'm just looking at it going, it's exactly what I expected. And that's the worst thing about it. It's like a parent coming home, they're not angry at you, they're just disappointed. That's how I feel watching United. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not apoplectic about it. I'm just looking at it going, well, that's exactly what I thought you were going to do. And you did it. And it's disappointing. Everton, we're always going to be up for it today. I'm going to speak about the 2 goals we conceded, by the way, because woof. And Onana with the parries is killing me. But why is it, if I was Amorim going into this dressing room now, I would say, look, well done for bringing that back to a result. But I'd be like, why is it that you have to wait until you're 2-0 down for Bruno Fernandes to score a set piece to realise that you are good enough to compete against this Everton team? Why is it that it needs that moment? Surely you can see that from within yourselves. But when playing against United, it's so easy to get us into a chokehold, to get us into submission, back us into a corner, and we're meek. And that's all Everton did today. And congratulations to them. They look a very transformed team under David Moyes. But we really were relegation quality. Right? We really were. And Højlund, start Chido against Ipswich, please. We were much better in that second half when a couple of changes happened. When Højlund went off, when Casemiro went off, and therefore we had Garnacho to be a runner that gave a little bit of width, and it stretched the Everton's defence. It meant that they couldn't just focus on Højlund through the middle, who, again, he was a ghost. He's absolutely invisible this season. And the confidence has just sucked the life out of him. Anything that was positive from Højlund's first season has just disappeared into a faded memory. That's what it's like watching Rasmus Højlund right now. And Chido, look, give him an opportunity. We're at that time now where we need sparks. And we can't just sit here and rely on Bruno Fernandes to be the spark, because you need him back in midfield as well. That's the really annoying thing. Bruno's probably our best central midfielder right now, but he's also our best number 10. A bit like Ahmad when he was our best right wing back and also our best right attacking midfielder, and you couldn't play him in both positions. But at a time where we're just not scoring goals, I want this man as close, and I said this in the preview, I want him as close to the opposition's goal as possible. Unfortunately, that means playing Casemiro and Ugarte in midfield together. And I think Casemiro is just the weak link. Casemiro was playing, every time the ball was coming to him, it was quick kick it first time over the top. And I'm pretty sure that's his way of adapting his game so he doesn't get caught on the ball and tries to find those balls over the top, but it's annoying. But anyway, can we speak about the relegation level defending? All round. That first goal, whether it was Dalot missing the header, whether it was the 3 or 4, it was a header tennis, and they went down and Beto just into the roof of the net. It was abysmal. And Amorim's going to be furious about that. And that second goal, Onana's parry. Where was the sunlight in his eyes? Maybe. But Onana's been doing this all season long. And I've forgiven quite a lot of it. But just, I'm watching that and the parry goes straight in the air. But then equally as bad a mistake was Maguire just going, I don't know, one sec, that ball will come down. Oh dear, sorry man, didn't see the courier there. Like, come on, Harry, what are you doing? Both of those were ridiculous mistakes. Relegation level defending from a team that largely looks like it deserves to be relegated. And I want to quickly take a minute to praise Dorgu's performance. In the first half, it was Dorgu and Bruno that were the bright spark on that left-hand side. Their link-up play was good. The running from Dorgu was good. And the brightness of Dorgu highlighted and just contrasted with Dalot on the right-hand side. Anytime the ball goes to the right-hand side, it goes back and it's recycled until it comes to the left. The attacks don't really, especially when you've got Ahmad out as well. There's nothing down that right-hand side anymore. It's just there for the sake of being there. Anytime it goes to it, Dalot turns around, comes back across the defence until something might happen down the left-hand side. It makes us a bit too predictable to play against. But Dorgu was a real bright spark. And you saw the difference he made both in defence and in attack. But as I said, that game there was... It wasn't even Jekyll and Hyde. It was just awful beyond belief for 65, 70 minutes? 70 minutes, I think, is when Bruno got that goal. And then Bruno brought us back into it. And the players responded and they reacted. And I have to praise them for that. But it's just, if I'm Ruben Amorim going into that dressing room after, I'm saying, why is it, lads, that it required that Bruno goal for you to realise that you can play football? What is it? Tell me. Let me help you. I don't know, but I said at the start and I'll say it at the end. It feels like this team is going to give me a heart attack watching it. For a neutral, that must have been an incredible game. For a United fan, we've got Ipswich next. And I think we've got, who is it after that? Is it Fulham in the Cup? Then Sociedad, then Arsenal? Play like we did after Bruno scored, but do it from the first whistle. It's a different team. Why is it that we need moments? You can let me know.